What you think about the fight tonight?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a great fight.
Looking for the winner?
Definitely. Definitely.
Terence Crawford, his name keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
I always say if the fight make sense, why not? But he's not in the plan.
He's not in the plan.
No.
Okay.
So Terence Crawford, he's been instigating. He's been really doing what it takes to try to get this Canelo Alvarez fight, it seems. Jerome Boots Ennis, this is what you need to do. You need to take notes, bro. Right? Terence Crawford found something to say about Canelo Alvarez. And as we know, Canelo Alvarez, as of right now, don't seem to be too interested in facing Terence Crawford at all. He just don't seem to be too interested. He said if it makes sense, he's not in the plans. We hearing rumors that he's going to be facing Carlos Adames, right? We hearing about Carlos Adames as his next opponent, and Carlos Adames kind of seemingly like he's maybe speaking into existence or spilling the beans, whatever the case may be. It seems like Carlos Adames is actually next for Canelo Alvarez. And the strange thing about that is Terence Crawford and Carlos Adames had a sparring session years ago. And Carlos Adames even came out recently and said Terence Crawford's the greatest, right? But Terence Crawford reacts to Canelo Alvarez saying some time ago, and salute to According to Boxing for pulling this old receipt up so people could see, man. And Canelo Alvarez was way more interested in fighting Errol Spence Jr. Now, one may say it's because Errol Spence Jr. is a bigger draw than Terence Crawford, yada, yada, yada. I'm not quite sure if that's really necessarily the truth. I think it's more of a stylistic thing. Let's check out what Canelo had to say. Salute to Fight Hub TV. Check it out.
Let me ask you this too, Canelo. I spoke to Errol Spence last week and even prior, and he's serious about wanting a fight with you. And he feels Canelo versus Spence, 120,000 people in AT&T Stadium. Is that a fight that you're interested in, that you want to pursue, and do you think that can happen?
No, pues obviamente es una pelea.
This is before he could speak English really good, right? You know, he's speaking English now.
Interesante, Errol Spence es un gran peleador. Obviamente si quiere subir de peso, pues, ¿por qué no? Se podría hacer esa pelea. Si se siente muy seguro de eso, pues, podría pasar. Es una pelea grande.
Well, obviously, it's a very interesting fight. If Errol Spence is a great fighter, and obviously if he wants to go up in weight, then that would be a big fight.
So it couldn't happen at 160. You can't. That's not a fight that you think would be big enough for you to be able to move down to 160. It would have to be at 168.
No, en peso medio todavía podemos hacerlo y claro que sí, podríamos pelear en la 160.
Middleweight, yeah, that's something that we can still do. So yes, we could go down to 160.
Now, Bud Crawford reacts and says, LOL, what are y'all thoughts on Canelo? He tags him, saying he can make a fight with Errol Spence at 160, but for me, says he can't make the weight. Wouldn't make a difference, just a thought. Well, the first thing they're going to say, Bud, is, well, Canelo Alvarez this was a while ago when he did this video, this interview. I'm not quite sure what this Canelo versus, what that say in the background right there. I can't even tell what that says in the background right there. But I mean, look, man, I already told you guys Canelo don't want to fight Crawford. It's the same thing. Whereas when Errol Spence was getting pressured, right? These guys try to be very dismissive of Bud. I mean, we've seen this shit before. We've seen it before. Now guys are saying, oh, well, who's Crawford going to fight? He don't want to fight Boots. He don't want to fight Thurman. He don't want to fight Garcia. He don't want to fight Spence. He don't want to fight Charlo. Well, Terence Crawford, once he got his eyes set on the target, it seems like he's hell-bent on that target. And that target just so happens to be Canelo Alvarez. He's hell-bent on getting Canelo Alvarez in the ring. But I don't think Bud's going to get Canelo, bro. And I would like to see Crawford get the opportunity. As crazy as that fight sounds to a lot of people, I would like to see Bud get the opportunity, but I don't think he gonna get that. I don't think he gonna get the opportunity, bro. He's not gonna get, I hope he do, but I don't think he is, bro. Because Canelo don't want to fight Bud, man. Canelo simply just don't want nothing to do with this dude. He He ain't trying to fight him. He's already kind of lining it up for you. He's kind of letting you know what it is already. I mean, he's not going to fight Benavidez. Canelo's not going to fight Benavidez. I mean, if he fights a Carlos Adames, that'll be pretty. That'd be like a. I'm not quite sure if that'd be a smart move for Canelo, because Carlos Adames, how does that make sense? Right? A fight with Carlos Adames just really wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make any kind of sense. Terence Crawford is a fight that would be the biggest in boxing. Right? But yeah, Canelo seemed very, very more open about fighting Errol Spence. Canelo just seemed way more open to fighting Errol Spence, man. Way more open. I mean, it was so open about it because Errol Spence himself was interested in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Terence Crawford, we've seen this energy before, man. This ain't really nothing new to me. I kind of foreseen this coming. You know, Canelo might be pumping the brakes on fighting Crawford. If he beats Jamel in dramatic fashion, he may feel froggy enough to call him out. But nah, man, Canelo's not gonna. He's not gonna face Crawford. It's not really in his MO to face guys like that. Even though Crawford's a smaller man, he's a very motivated fighter, very disciplined fighter. He's not coming off any losses, any layoffs, any injuries or anything like that. He has a lot of momentum, and he's arguably the best fighter of this era. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez, that's not something that he's going to be too interested in. He's going to find ways to try to stretch it out. You know, Crawford is actually older than Canelo, so Canelo's going to find ways to stretch it out and, you know, try to hope Crawford just kind of walks out that door before he does. That's what I think is going to happen. I hope Bud Crawford can get the fight, but Canelo Alvarez, man, nah, man, he's not going to do that. He don't even want to fight the guys that's in his weight class. He's only fighting guys under certain circumstances, man. If he could stipulate, rehydrate, pull you up in weight, then he'll likely give you a fight. If you're a guy that's been on a couch for like a year plus, you know, if you're a guy who may be coming off a loss or a lackluster performance, or, you know, this is the stuff that happens when you pay attention to Canelo Alvarez. You know, you may be a dude that's past your prime, older, smaller. You know, there's always some type of catch. You know what I'm saying? It's hardly ever a straight up fight, other than the whole Triple G saga, right? Or other than the Triple G saga, everything else seemed like it was just some type of catch or something, you know? So, yeah, I don't know, man. Crawford is really pressing Canelo, though. He's pressing him like nobody else, right? People coming at Crawford because, well, they're wondering who he's going to fight. Me, personally, I would like to see him fight Boots Ennis. But Boots Ennis, you know, I don't hear nothing from Boots, bro. I don't hear nothing from Boots, bro. And really, John Boots Ennis, in my opinion, he'll be glad enough to get that belt emailed. Honestly, I don't think he really cares necessarily per se about actually fighting Crawford. I think he'd rather just get the belt any kind of way he can get it. If he got to fight Crawford, he'll do it. But if he can get that belt emailed, he'll take that too. That's what I think. You know, because he ain't really pressing. This is how you press for some action right here. Terence Crawford pressing Canelo Alvarez. The dude is 3 weight classes up. He's pressing this dude heavy. So you can't really say that Bud Crawford's ducking these other guys. These other guys still ain't really calling them out. Crawford's looking at Canelo like, you know, so what more could you say? Canelo's a bigger, better fight than any of these fights that we could potentially see Crawford in at around his weight class. So I don't know, man. I don't think Canelo gonna fight you though, Crawford. You know, you could tag him, you know, keep putting that pressure on him, right? Keep putting that pressure on him. Canelo can read English now. He's seen what you said. Somebody go show him. I mean, what you gonna do, Canelo, bro? You gonna fight Carlos Adames? You gonna fight Carlos Adames, bro? Who says, I understand the disappointment that you all have, but I am not Jamel. If you don't like this fight, then don't buy it. You'll save $84.99. What do you all want anyways? Talk to Jamal, who prefers to fight Jose Ramirez, who is 154, not me. Ask Janabek. Wow. So he meant Jose Benavidez. But basically, Carlos Adames it seemed like he kind of spilled the beans behind the scenes. And Canelo Alvarez, if he wasn't getting Jamal Charlo as a package deal, he's likely to fight a guy like Carlos Adames, 160 pounder. I mean, Wow. I like Carlos Adames, but this fighter is almost equivalent to like a Makabu situation. Just a random black dude just getting a shot, right? Just a random dude, potentially getting a shot. Makabu, he ain't done nothing to really, get a shot at Canelo. Canelo was really risking it all to go up to cruiserweight to fight a Makabu. But he won't even let the undisputed welterweight champion and Terence Crawford come up to see him at 168 pounds, man. So what does that really tell you? Right? What does that really tell you, bro? Canelo Alvarez is running from Crawford, bro. Yeah, that's right. Canelo Alvarez is running from Terence Crawford. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.